Oh, Hanaki! Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? What do you know? I'm Yuno Hanaki, the one and only Oran from Mialun. Good evening, everybody. Happy Monday, happy Onigashima Monday, happy OniMon.
How are ya? How are things going for you?
I'm feeling away. Oh. Yeah, your soul will do. Well, thank you, Nettle Seeds, for the 8-month resub, and thank you, Tari Tari, for the 6-month resub. We are beginning a hype train, apparently. Or, sorry, treasure train, my bad. Well, I guess it is also a hype train. I guess it's a treasure train because it's special today. Sure, whatever you say, Twitch. I don't pay attention to these things. Whatever you say, man. Sure, we'll go with that. Whatever you say, man. OniMon, my excuse to listen to Yuno as a podcast while I work. Yes, this is the Yuno Hanaki solo podcast. Where Yuno Hanaki just kind of talks into the void for a couple of hours and then fucks off elsewhere. That is what this stream is, indeed, indeed. So hello! Welcome! How are you guys doing today? I hope things are good. I hope you're doing well. Currently, I'm okay. Currently, I'm doing alrighty. It's been a day. Bit of a funky one. But not in necessarily a bad way. Just, my brain's been kind of in a weird spot. I don't know why my brain's been acting so odd lately. Yesterday, I feel like I was kind of on one. And now today, I just feel like my brain has not really been fully, like, attached to the socket. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like my brain is, like, unplugged at the stem. It's in my head, but it's not fully attached, and so I feel like my thoughts are not forming in the ways that I hoped that they would. That I hoped that they willed. So that's kind of been an interesting thing to feel today. But, you know, I'm good. I'm here. I'm hanging, I'm chilling. Brain fog? I don't know about brain fog, I just feel like brain detachment. Like, my brain's here, but there's like a miscommunication happening somewhere in there. I don't really know what's going on. And it's not inherently negative, it's just kind of a weird day. Maybe it's your medulla oblongata, maybe. You hear a rattling when you shake your head. No. But that could just be because my brain is so huge it doesn't move when I shake my head. My brain's just so fat it takes up the entirety of my brain cavity. There's just so much in there, you know? Megamind, yeah. Fucking Megamind head ass. We're going back to October 2023 with this one. Haha, lol, lamau, big head, big head. It's all been said before! Make something new! As if I haven't heard this the first time. Golly gee whiz. Get a kiss from miscommunication before she leaves? I mean, I'd love to if I could. Brain too big. Overcrowded. True. Need to get a bigger head to house my much larger brain. Something something cute forehead. Something something. No one ever called my forehead cute in the beginning. People only ever said that I had a big one. And thus I was insecure. Why do you think I never believed you guys when you started finally saying that it was cute? I was just so used to everyone only going big forehead, big huge forehead. And I would just be like, they think I'm ugly. The cute was implied. Men don't know how to compliment girls. You have to say that it's cute. Otherwise, I'm just going to think you're making fun of it for being big. Shaking my dang head. Correct, we don't. Who said that big forehead equals uncute? Well, normally girls don't like having their big foreheads pointed out. You know? You have to emphasize that it's also cute, or else we're going to take it as an insult. Are going to reach new heights above your forehead. You have a Hillary Duff hair bump circa 2005 style. That's a crazy thing to say. Hillary Duff in the big 2026. Kawaii. Thank you. See? It's not that hard. It's not that hard to call a girl cute. Even if you have to say it in Japanese. Big forehead girls is like a frequent anime trope joke. Yes. That's a cute forehead. How much do you charge per square inch for advertising? Per square inch? Like $20. Brain storage, 11% daily function, 7% OniMon, 3% purple, 80% Otome Dojin. Some memory expert, please help me. My brain is dying. You know, actually, it's very hard to find Dojin for Otome. At the very least, I've personally never found any. Maybe stop storing so much Otome. No. Surely the memory experts are wrong. Surely the memory experts don't actually know what they're talking about if they think that my memory allocation is bad. Can we get crossed hearts or some other brand to buy your forehead for a stream? I applied to see if they would be willing to take me on as a creator. They never got back to me. I got ghosted. Which, might
have been me, dodging a bullet from what I've heard about other content creators who did get into the program. But you didn't hear that from me.
Anyways. Technically, all of you in production kawaii were cute. Yes. Each girl was a different style of cute if you managed to catch on. Some people were pure cute. Some people were cool cute. Some people were funny cute. Some people were, I don't know, Genki cute. There's like different variations of cute. I guess would be considered like nerdy cute. I guess if you were to put me in a category like that, I would be nerdy cute, but I don't really know if that's very true. Book cute? Book cute? I mean, that would be more like bookworm cute. If we were going to go by that standard, but also, like, that would kind of be Nami, because Nami actually has the book club. So that's why they were called Production Kawaii. Ooh. Well, when I was making my description of kawaii for that one presentation I did for the con, I had to run it by management to make sure they liked what I said. And I basically wrote that, like, each girl is, like, a different flavor of cute, so there's a lot of different options for people who are looking for cute girls that do cute stuff. You know, different girls, different times that they stream, different types of content that they do, but each girl is cute in their own unique way. So there will be something cute for you. Do cute stuff right now? Okay. Hold on.
I know I haven't really gotten a chance to properly say it to you guys lately, but I really like that I get to share my passions with you. Thank you for listening to me. It's, it really does mean a lot, having an outlet and having somebody to talk to. It's not so bad.
Never ask me for anything ever again. I can pull that shit out. At a moment's notice. What about Isla-sama? Isla-sama is cool cute. She doesn't like to be called cute, so you put the cool in front of it. She's cool cute. And she's also pretty cute. And she's also, princess cute. And she's also, amazing. And perfect. And wonderful. And I love her. Yeah. No bias at all. Nope. Nope. Cringe out of 10. Perfect. Thank you. You hide the cute and the cool. It's how you do it, gentlemen and Yuno. Yeah, true. Unfortunately, I'm not cool, so I guess I'm never gonna be able to find the cuteness. Kaya ninja cute? I mean, I guess. She does hide her cuteness in a lot of ways. She kind of tries to mask it by being, like, outwardly weird and cringe and silly. But she does have a lot of cute traits that she just keeps to herself or reserves specifically for girls. She's cute towards girls. I don't know if she's really cute towards, Dangogumi. I almost forgot the name of her fucking fan base for a second. She hasn't streamed in so long. I was like, what are they called again? Oh god. Explodes. Terrible, terrible unit mate I am. To jail for me. Put me behind bars. The Gatmoy when we started talking about nails. Yeah, she's really cute like that. It's been 85 years. When will Kaya Nishikino streams returned from the war? She's just so busy all the time, poor thing. One day she'll be free from the mines, hopefully. From the mines? Not the literal mines. That's just always what I say when it comes to, like, work. Enthralled in the trap of work. Yeah, basically, she is imprisoned. Eventually she'll be free, but for now she's just really busy working all the time. Lots on her plate, that girl. Okay, I'm going to say this now because I think it's important to do so. I think we should probably stop talking about the kawaii managers unless I bring them up. They were never meant to be front-facing, and I think it's kind of weird how often you guys bring up how cute they are and, like, fawn over them the way that you do. I just think to be polite to them, because they are no longer public-facing in any capacity, we should not keep bringing them up. It's different when you're talking about, like, content creators and, like, other VTubers because they are public figures, but I don't think you should bring up the managers as much as you do anymore, because none of them are front-facing, and we're never meant to be front-facing, even when kawaii was still active. I think it was always a little bit odd that people were always so pushy about them. So just, keep that in mind, please. Like, I can tell stories about them, and I can talk about how much I liked them, like, to a certain extent, but I think maybe, just for the sake of how long it's been, and everything, just kind of weird to keep fawning over them, to be honest. Thank you. I'm not mad, for the record, just little preference that I would like to voice, because I just think it's a bit odd to still be fixated on them when they were never really meant to be present like that. What if Yuno is a 45-year-old man pretending to be a cute little Oni girl VTuber? Well, it's a bit too late now, isn't it? You've already committed. I've been active for nearly 3 years. Little bit late to be having regrets. So she's 48 now? Yeah. But it's a little bit too late to pull out if you still think that that could be a possibility. So, you know. You'll never find out. Regrets. No regrets. Really? Not even one letter? I'm riding the Oni train to heck. Yeah, that's where Onigashima is. That's the only way to get to Onigashima. 45? Nah, everyone knows all VTubers start at 29 and then refuse to age. Well, the thing is, if the joke is that I am pretending to be an anime person, then I am still aging behind the screen. So no, I would still be aging. If we're going along with the bit anyways. Which is not true. No regrets. True. Not one. Not a single freaking baby in this space. Her body is ageless, but not the soul. That's true. My body cannot age. But in terms of my soul, I've been around for a hot minute. Rugrats, I watched that as a kid. Valid. Good show. The OG anyway. I felt kind of meh about All Grown Up. And then I never watched the new one that they made. Which I heard kind of things about. Kind of weird decisions were made there. There was a new one? Yeah, there was like a remake. The only thing I recall about it is that Kimmy is there from the beginning now, I think. And they made Phil and Lil's mom be a single lesbian instead of just being a super tough feminist lady with a husband. Which is a take that is a choice. I don't know how I feel about it. It is certainly a move. Is it CGI? I think so. I want to say it is, or it's one of those like weird styles that's like kind of CGI but not. I don't really, like, I didn't watch it, so I can't really say one way or the other. The only thing that I remotely heard about it was the fact that it was remade and that most of the people I saw were complaining about Phil and Lo's mom being a lesbian now. Not in like a negative way, but in the sense of like, it kind of goes against what her character was supposed to be in the original. Like she was supposed to be the like tough mom character to show that like moms can be empowered and they don't all have to be like the more feminine one and stuff. Like she that was kind of what her point was supposed to be. So like taking it into making her a masked lesbian is a little bit odd. I also don't know if she ended up with a partner in the show. In the new version, I mean. Like, I don't know if they actually gave her, like, a girlfriend or anything. I just know that they wrote out her partner, which is odd. I don't know why they would do that. We must remake every franchise, apparently. People love to cash in on nostalgia. Or a wifey wife, true. Or a wifey wife. Everything is being remade under the sun except Tales of Legendia, apparently. God, don't freaking remind me, man. I'll be salty about it until the cows come home, and by the cows, I mean the Tales of Legendia remake. I have to wait a really long time for it, so... I'll be patient. Sentinel and Shirley trapped forever. They're literally in jail for all of time. Let them out. I can wait, though. My hope is that since they have openly stated they are working on the other games, it's just certain ones are going to take longer because of how much they have to rebuild. I am hoping that that means that the version that's going to come out is going to be good. Would you want a remake or remaster? Remake. I don't mind a remaster if they would rather go that route instead. But I personally want a full remake, and I would want the character quests to be fully voiced finally. Technically, they were fully voiced in the original, like, JP, I believe, but they were not dubbed for the English version. And I was so frustrated that there were, like, hours and hours and hours of content that I was going through for these characters that was just not voiced because they didn't want to pay the dub actors to record all those lines, so they only had the voice actors record the lines for the cutscenes. But you literally didn't get to hear the characters do anything else for, like, the rest of the game. And so much of the game is behind the character quests. So, like, the whole game's in fucking silence, and I thought it was so strange. And then I found out later that in the JP it was still voiced, and I was like, what the hell? Why did I have to spend the rest of this game, like, with 10 hours of silence? I mean, it's not like I mind. I know how to read. But I know that that would probably turn off a lot of people, and I also just think that there were so many good opportunities for the voice actors to, like, show off their fucking voice acting chops, and yet... I was pissed. So if they're going to do a remaster, I hope they would give us access to the JP voices, which they probably would. They've been doing that with the other remasters so far. Just so I can actually hear it be fully voiced. Ay, ay, ay. But I would personally prefer a remake. Tales of Legendia is one of the least liked Tales games, at least in the West. I think that also might kind of be true in Japan as well. But because it's so vastly different from how most Tales games are these days, I think it needs a full remake so that it can kind of fit within the rest of the Tales world. Because as it stands, a lot of people kind of think that Tales of Legendia is a bit of an outlier when it comes to the Tales games, and they keep forgetting it exists. Didn't fit in the budget, sorry bub. Oh no, I'm absolutely sure that that's why. Because, like, dubbing was still, like, a very niche thing back then. It paid fucking diddly squat. Like Tales of Berseria or Tales of Zestiria? No, those are still considered Tales games. They're just... I know at least for Zesty. Zesty wasn't super well liked. People loved Berseria, though. How is the Queen Yuno Hanaki doing? I'm... okay. I am getting through it this day. Let's pay the more expensive Japanese voice actors and give less work for the much lower paid English voice actors. Well, again, going back to it. Back in the day, dubbing was very much, like, not recognized as the art form that it is. And very few voice actors were really capable of doing it. Video game dubbing, I think, was especially, like, considered really niche. Video game voice acting in general is, like... it usually does not pay super well, and you have, like, giant scripts a lot of the time. So it might have just been an issue of the localization team just genuinely not having the money. But yeah, I can't really blame them for how things were in the past, but it is still very frustrating that it was like that despite so much of the game being in those character quests. Very frustrating. I think structure is the biggest issue. The character quest coming as kind of a post-game killed a bit of the pacing, even if I really like the stories. I can see what you mean. Personally, I think if they had figured out a way to blend the character quests into the main stories, so that they didn't feel as, like, disconnected from one another, I do think I might have liked that better. But at the same time, the way some of the stories have to play out, it makes sense that it only happens in the post-game, because you need everybody to be available in order to support everybody else. And in Tales of Legendia, the way the party works, they do not really bond fully as a party until closer to the end game of the main story. I think you need to resolve Senel and Shirley's arcs, which is what the main story is. That's basically their character quest. It's just really long. I think you need to resolve Senel and Shirley as characters through their main story before you can do the character quests, so I get why it's considered the post-game. But I do think there was a way you could have weaved them so that they transitioned more smoothly into one another, and that they felt more cohesive as, like, a post-game, instead of it just being, here's this story, and then it feels like there's, like, a pause, because the game, like, takes a pause in between, and then it starts the next character quest. I think there's a way to make that transition smoother. I remember going to panels at 2005 anime cons on how to break into voice acting, and here I am completely silent. I used to watch a lot of recordings of those con panels because I was super into wanting to get into voice acting when I was a kid. So I would watch the panels that they would give on voice acting, and that's also why I know a lot specifically about the Tales dubs, because I was obsessed with Tales, and Tales was the main reason I wanted to get into voice acting. So I know a lot about, in particular, the Tales process. I remember Troy Baker doing a very dedicated panel to talking about what it was like to dub Yuri for Vesperia, and talking about how giant the script was. And even then, I think they still didn't fully record, like, everything back then either. I don't remember if the original Vesperia was fully voiced in JP, but they still had, like, giant scripts. And then, like, that was even just for, like, main dialogue. They had, like, a separate script that was dedicated to all of the, like, battle sounds and calling out the names of the moves and stuff. Pretty hefty. Did I tell you? I sent a cover letter and demo CD to Viz as an unsolicited audition for Misa in Death Note. I think I was 16. That's so cute. Gotta admire the passion. I always remember Kratos' new VA had to be basically tricked into doing the role. Ugh. Yeah, well. A lot of Tails voice acting is quite complicated in that regard. Had no idea how the industry worked, I just went for it. I never got a response. Hey, you're valid. Back then, it was still quite new, so there honestly might have been a chance it worked. It could have worked, I should say. It's called Tales of Xillia. I played that one too. Honestly, I didn't know people played these games. Oh, I'm a big Tales fan. I've been a fan since, like, practically the beginning. I love Tales. It's one of my, core fandoms that has, like, never left me. I could talk about the Tales games for ages. Also, Jude is my favorite protagonist, and he's the male protag in Tales of Xillia. Troy voiced every single character Baker. This was before Troy Baker got big. Yuri Lowell was one of his first, like, lead roles. Because this was, like, before even, like, Last of Us came out. He was mostly known for Vesperia at that point, and, like, maybe a handful of other games. Vesperia was, I feel, slightly unique, seeing as it released on Xbox first, so the EN dub was pretty complete from what I remember. There were still parts that weren't voiced, though. Also, that was like the only Tales game that released on Xbox. And then later, when the remake was for PS3 only, people were frustrated. And then every iteration after stayed for PlayStation. They basically never went back to GameCube for quite some time. For sure, but they even dubbed skits, which was cool. That's true. The skits had not been dubbed. Originally, in the JP games, the skits are fully voiced in, like, most Tales games. But I will argue, though, Legendia's skits are voiced. And Legendia came out before Vesperia. So, chew on that one. Checkmate! Slams my fist. But the issue with Legendia's skits is you unlock them, but you can't see them in the overworld like you can in most Tales games. The only way to see the skits that you unlock in Legendia is to go to, like, a specific inn in, like, the main town and, like, go to the skit theater. I think that's, like, the only way you can actually see the skits. I don't recall a way to see the skits in the overworld. But it's been a long time since I played Legendia. I could be remembering wrong. But yeah, Legendia's skits are dubbed. I will say that. Tales of Ambassador. I just really like Tales. Oddly enough, I liked Jude, one of the few male protags I liked from beginning to end. I loved Jude. That's my baby boy, my son. That's my baby boy, my angel baby son. He's so cutie. Back in my day, we didn't have voiced lines. We had text when someone said... Oh, okay, yeah. When someone said bad word, we were grateful because it kind of made sense in context. Interesting take to have. Are there any Tales games you haven't played yet? Oh, yeah. So I have not played... Yeah, Hearts is a game I haven't fully experienced. I haven't fully experienced Innocence. I haven't played... Berseria, Zestiria... I started Arise, but I started Arise right before I debuted in Kawaii, so I never finished it. I never got out of the first zone because I got distracted with everything. Card's still stuck on Vita, RIP. I mean, considering this project that they're doing with remastering and remaking a lot of the games, I think that there will be an opportunity probably for hearts. I imagine some of the handheld games are going to get the remaster treatment next after these PS3 era ones, because it wouldn't be too hard to take the games that were on the Vita and port them to like Steam and stuff with like the update plan that they have. So I would not be surprised if things like Hearts and Innocence and all that were brought in next. Love how your eyes go super wide when you're thinking about this. Unfortunately, this model is just very sensitive to my eyes doing anything. And I wear glasses, so it makes the tracking a little funky. So when my eyes do like the slightest thing, it looks like I'm widening them when I'm not. So it's not always because I'm thinking, but sometimes it is. I played Arise and then spent like 5 months being completely offline for stuff. I never got around to beating it. Shakes your hand. Nerd. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I need to get new glasses too. That's something else I gotta worry about doing at some point. Yeah. You know, marathons every Tales game until Legendia's re-release. We would reach a point eventually where after I beat all the games, I'd have to go back and play them again, because I feel like I'm gonna have to wait a really long time for them to acknowledge Legendia. Yuno will love Rinwell as a character, I think. Rinwell. Oh, yeah. I knew I would like her because her design's very cute. So I wouldn't be surprised if I liked her either. I will reiterate this fact as, the only thing that I know is that I really was looking forward to meeting Dohalim. Of the characters when they were getting, drip marketed for the game, I was really interested in Dohalim. But I never got to meet him because, again, I never made it out of the, like, tutorial area in Arise because I started it, like, right before I had to start doing debut prep, and then I just never got around to continuing. Which will come out first, Legendia re-release or Final Fantasy VI Remake? Honestly, with the rate that they're going with the remasters and remakes, Final Fantasy VI. Like, genuinely, I think they hate Legendia. And Legendia is going to be, like, pretty low on the prio list just because of how much work is going to have to go into it to work on it. So I think Final Fantasy VI is going to be first. Because Bamco, even though they've explained why the pipeline is the way that it is, they hate me specifically and they want me to die. Imagine having the 20-year anniversary for your game and you can't announce a remaster or a remake or anything, and so you're stuck doing an event with practically the entire Seiyu cast where you announce fucking nothing! Am I still bitter about it? Maybe. Who's to say? I don't think you can tell. Imagine they remaster Arise before Legendia. I think I would shit. I'm not even gonna lie. Nah, she doesn't seem bitter. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously not. I've never been bitter about anything in my life. 25th Annie, though, that's when they'll do it, surely. But I don't even know if they'll make it to that. I don't even know if they'll make it there. Shaking. It's just you take a dump in protest, yeah. I mean, I often say I'll throw up when I feel intense love for fictional characters. When I am angry, yeah. I've seen pictures of the boardroom. There are 4 Yuno pics used as dartboards. I believe it. All of them are pictures of my forehead, by the way, because it's big enough to be a target. Just a tiny crumb, Bamco, please. Nah, they fucking hate me. We're never getting Legendia crumbs. which is fine, I guess. There are other games that I'd love to see get the priority of the, like, full remake. Like, I still think Fantasia needs its fucking flowers. I think Rebirth needs its fucking flowers. Hello? I think Destiny and Destiny 2 need their fucking flowers. Hello? Like, I would love to see the older games get love and attention because they need it. They have been severely neglected over the years with Tales. Recency bias is crazy, so I am fine with the older games getting their attention first if that's what needs to be done for the sake of the remakes. I will be patient. But the fact that they keep doing things like announcing the Berseria remake and shit, I'm just like, ugh, I know why they're doing it, but boy does it suck. Symphonia 2, we don't talk about her. Which one would you recommend to start on the series? So technically speaking, there is a quote-unquote chronological order for the Tales games that people have kind of figured out, at least with some of them. Some of them are connected, others are not. I think if you want, this is usually what I say, but there's like 3 core games that I think people will usually suggest when it comes to starting playing Tales RPGs. Symphonia, Tales of Symphonia, Tales of the Abyss, and Tales of Vesperia. So depending on what you are looking for in your RPG experience, it would be one of those 3. I feel like Tales of Symphonia is kind of the quintessential JRPG experience. I think it's a good one if you just want to play something that feels like very JRPG core. It has the very typical like hero's journey kind of vibe to it. There's like a very set hero, set heroine, overall set vibe, but there also is like the fun aspect of like the affection levels that you can raise between all your party members. And you can have your main character interact with them and like form really close friendships with them and all of that stuff. I think that's pretty fun. Tales of the Abyss has a little bit more of a darker story, with a different kind of hero's journey. However, depending on how you feel about spoiled brat characters, you might not be as big of a fan of the main character in that one at first. He gets better. I swear he gets better, but that one can be a little bit of a slog if you don't like the main character. So it can be a little rough, depending on what you're looking for in your narrative. He's a little bit of a spoiled baby, but you like kind of understand why as you progress that one. But people really like Abyss. Abyss has some pretty good, like, overarching themes. Vesperia, I think, is less typical JRPG narrative just because the main character is so different from the average Tales hero, like the average Tales lead. I think that Vesperia is a really good story, though, and it focuses a lot specifically on, like, themes of justice and, like, what it means to be a hero, what makes someone, like, capable of affecting change in society. That one's very much about, like, hierarchies and such as well. But, like, it's still less typical feel to an average Tales game just because Yuri as a protagonist is so different from the average Tales protag. But I still think his story is really compelling. So it kind of depends on what you like in a JRPG, but those are usually, like, the 3 that I think would be a good start. You'd be okay to start with any of those 3. They're also the most popular in the West, like, for a reason, because they are really good. So I think that picking from any of them would be good. Symphonia and Vesperia are both available to play on Steam and a couple other platforms. I believe Abyss is still currently only locked to, like, PS2 and, like, 3DS. But I presume that Abyss is going to get an announcement sometime soon about a remaster and/or remake that will probably hit Steam. So if you want to wait to play Abyss, you might not have to wait too long. I feel like Abyss is going to be pretty close on the list of things coming out eventually, possibly within the year, maybe early 2027. We'll get an announcement about it. I don't know. My hot take is that I think Luke is more interesting at the start. He gets kind of bland later. I can understand your thoughts on that. I can understand that opinion. How do you feel about Luke, by the way? I like Luke. I think that Luke is more fun later, personally, just because I think that due to the reasons that I can't talk about, because I don't want to spoil it for anybody in the cast who decides they want to play Abyss. Or if anyone ends up watching me play Abyss, if I decide to stream Abyss once it gets its remaster remake thing. But I like Luke. I think he's cute. He's not my favorite protag, though. My favorite character in Tales of the Abyss is Annis. My favorite character in Tales of the Abyss is Annis. I love her so much. She's like the whole reason I'm here. Literally. Did they fix Symphonia's Steam port? I heard it was subpar. Nah, it's still pretty bad. Definitely not as bad as the Switch port, though. The Switch port is, like, borderline unplayable. But the Steam port's okay. When I played through it on stream, I didn't personally have any, like, super game-breaking problems. But I heard that it was, like, really difficult to play it on the Switch, so just don't get it on the Switch. You probably wouldn't have met if it wasn't for Yuri. Big true. Big true. You wouldn't have met me if I didn't, kill it role-playing as Annis, or I guess voice acting as Annis, with my friends during a sleepover. I played it on Steam somewhat recently. It's not great, but it's definitely playable. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. It wasn't the smoothest experience for me, but it's playable. It's workable. It does the job. Kind of sad that the best Symphonia version is arguably still the GameCube version. I think maybe the PS2 version would also be up there, just because the PS2 version has the extra content. But I do think, at least in terms of Western releases, GameCube version is definitely still superior. So many fond memories. Good freaking game. I want to play xylophone on Luke's abs. Okay, so you like him for his looks. I really don't understand how he ended up with such defined abs, considering the kind of character that he is. The only version that's 60 FPS, which is so wild. Yeah, I don't know why they've always fucked it up in the way that they have. It's kind of silly. They're not very good with with certain ports. I'm hoping that as they work on the remaster project that it gets better. How did Velvet come out so toned after being trapped in a cage? I don't know, I didn't play that game. I heard it's because they lost the original source code for Symphonia. Really? Well, that would certainly explain a lot. All the ports and re-releases are based on the PS2 version. Oh, fascinating. Damn, that's crazy. I didn't know that. Not the first time a game has lost source code. Well, sure, and it probably won't be the last, but still interesting to hear. Nobody printed out the code. It be how it do sometimes. But yeah, I heard that the Switch version's, like, abysmally bad. So don't play on Switch. I think you can play Symphonia anywhere else, though, and be fine. You'll survive. You'll live. Oh, back to talking about the games that I've experienced. I did not personally play Xillia or Xillia 2, but I got Hitomi into Tales, and she played Xillia and Xillia 2 and screen shared it to me. So that was how I experienced Xillia. And I didn't play Vesperia when it came out on Xbox 360, because I didn't have an Xbox. But I basically watched Let's Plays to experience the story back then. And then later, I played the Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition when it came out for the Switch, because I had a Switch. So that was when I finally managed to play Vesperia myself. Properly. Did you mean, "Ooh, let's play"? Well, no, because Achievement Hunter didn't play it. So no, I did not mean that. You could also experience Symphonia by watching Yuno's playthrough. God, the problem of watching my Symphonia playthrough is that, like, the early parts are from when I just debuted in Kawaii, so that would be rough. That would be rough to watch. But I guess you would get to see a little bit of an evolution, because I started playing it, like, literally the week I debuted, and then I didn't finish it until, like, June or July of 2024. So it took a very long time to finish it. We got there eventually. But it took a while, so you will see quite the evolution of me as a content creator. But that was how I was hooked into the Yuno Hanaki channel. Aww, that's very sweet. I mean, when we were making our first ever schedules, we were given the big list of games that already had perms from management. And I was, like, looking through, and I saw that Symphonia was on the perms list, and I was like, well, that's, like, my favorite game of all time. And I think if I want people to get to know me as a person, they should watch me play my favorite game of all time. And so I was like, time to play Symphonia. And because it's a JRPG and those are long, I should play it twice a week. And management was like, you're going to fucking tank your channel. Why are you doing that? They were so mad at me. They were so mad at me. But you know, when are you playing all of .hack? When all of them are ported to Steam. Then we'll talk. Because I don't have a way to capture footage from a PS2. I think I could do .hack GU, but I can't do any of the older .hack games as of right now. Also, I'm not really a retro gamer, so I think I'd get a bit nervous playing the super old games. I bet you don't miss having to get perms to play games first. I really don't. I do admit that that part has been quite nice. Aren't they the same age as Symphonia? Well, yes, but I play Symphonia because it is nostalgic to me. I never played the older .hack games. I have .hack Infection, but I can't get past, like, I couldn't get past the first area because I'm stupid and I'm dumb and I'm a baby. So I never, like, progressed in it at all. If mad, then why have perms? I have been saying. I thought you were also .hack brain rotted. I am, just not with the games. I am .hack brain rotted because I read, like, the novels and the manga, and I watched all the anime and some of the games. I was into .hack through other forms of media, not the games. The stream series that almost outlived Kawaii. That would have been pretty funny. You know his baby, not dumb or stupid, just baby, just baby. Did you also watch the Tales of Symphonia anime? Of course! I have watched the Symphonia anime, I watched the Abyss anime, I watched the Fantasia OVAs. I don't think I watched the Eternia anime. I might have watched, like, one episode. And then I think I watched, like, the first episode or two of the Zestiria anime. And then I didn't watch it further. I know I said it multiple times through your playthrough, but when you did your first block with Lloyd, I was running around shouting, "It's a VTuber who knows how to block." My gamer instinct. I played through Symphonia so many times that I just knew all the controls already, even though I was using an Xbox controller, which is different from the GameCube controller I had been using in my past. But I was just like, yeah, block. Sorry, it's just a game that I know so well, my instincts activated. The Hysteria anime is actually pretty solid. Some would argue better than the game. I have a friend who's very, 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 very passionate about Hysteria and thinks that the anime did a terrible job. But, you know, she's very passionate about Hysteria, so I think she has a very specific, like, view of it through experiencing the game first. But she didn't like the anime because of the fact it's different from the game. She's very much a zesty game loyalist. And I watched Hitomi play the first little bit of Hysteria as a game, but there was something that was wrong. Like, I think it was kind of buggy, maybe? Or, like, it was just not playing super smoothly back then. I can't remember what the reason was, but we didn't get very far because she wasn't liking how it was playing, and it hadn't really gotten to a point that was, like, really hooking us yet. So we didn't stick with it at the time. I'd love to give it another shot. Now that I can actually share the Steam library with her, maybe I will finally try Hysteria out. Is this a good time to speak the words first strike? I don't talk about that here. What in the fanfic is that shit? Smacking it, throwing it around, breaking it in half. Although, ironically, if it wasn't for First Strike, I probably wouldn't be here either. Still, though. What in the non-canon? Shenanigan-nanery? In my house? With the flurry that I ship? I don't think so, brother. Shit pissed me off so bad. But whatever. Whatever, it's fine. Whatever. Just change the whole narrative for the sake of those two so that they can have some sort of conflict in the movie. Sure, that's fine. Cool. Don't worry about me. But the thing I'm mad at isn't even necessarily the movie. The thing I'm most mad at is the fucking drama CD that came as like a pre-order bonus with the movie. Because the drama CD explains, quote unquote, why certain choices were made the way that they were. And I was like, you're so wrong. You're so incorrect about this. How dare you? It was that drama CD that made me mad. Less so than the movie. With the movie, I was like, okay, I can kind of understand why they're butting heads. I get why they're doing it like that. They have to do it this way. But when they explained the reason why in the freaking drama CD track, I was like, okay, now you're spreading some bullshit and lies on the internet. That was where I truly got pissed off. Which, you know, supplemental media. Not everybody knows what I know. Had some conflict and then I can kiss Judith. Get in line. I want to smooch Judith. A woman. Up next is a fanfic movie of Tales of Grace's changing Asbel's and Richard's relationship. Unless you're changing it to make them openly homosexual, then I don't fucking want it, Bamco. Thank you! I don't fucking want it, Bamco. Thank you! What did I just walk into, Yuno? I'm being passionate about Tales again. Don't worry about me. I tend to avoid drama CDs with how often they are a mess. Listen, I like consuming all of the media for things that I enjoy. Tales was a very big, like, fixation for me for a period of my life, so I wanted to learn everything that I could and consume every piece of it that was there. So when I heard there was a drama CD, I was like, oh, cool. And then someone translated it and like had English subs, and I was like, oh, cool. So then I consumed it, and then I was like, oh, this sucks. This sucks, actually. Tales, the Tales of series, like the series of JRPGs. I was about to say JRPG games, but that's like fucking ATM machine. That's not correct. The series of JRPGs called Tales of. The B in LGBT does not stand for Pimco. Speak on it. Well, they got a little bit better, I guess, if you consider Zesty, but the ball has never really been strongly in their court before then. Even in the canon game, you can't tell me they don't want each other. I'm saying, having played through it finally, I'm saying. And I will continue to say. That shit's crazy. And you're telling me that Asbel is going to get forced into a marriage with Sharia? Not forced. The game goes out of its way to be like, they're in love with each other still. But it was so shoehorned in. The whole shipping conversation was shoehorned in, though. Like, if the whole point of Tales of Grace's F was literally for fan service, then I guess that's why. But it was just so funny that we had, like, this very serious, like, conversation about what we were going to do about the current big bad. And then it would just cut to, so, who are you guys into? Who are you in love with? And I was just like, yeah, this is definitely a normal segue into this kind of conversation, fellas. Though Hubert and Pascal is very real, I personally don't agree with it. I do think that Hubert is very much crushing on her. I don't think Pascal likes him. Good old role-playing RPG games. RPG games. Blech. I like any ship where one character annoys the ever-loving hell out of the other. I understand where you're coming from. I just don't think that theirs was romantic. I think theirs felt very platonic, especially because she kept calling him little brother a lot. I just couldn't really see it as romantic. But again, I do think he had a crush on her. But I just don't think that they would last as a couple. I think they would try it out, like they would try a courtship, but I don't think they'd last. Personally. Sharpen sword, polish armor, talk with the boys about our gals. That was such a weird conversation. I was like, these three men would never talk about women to this extent. They don't know anything about boobs. Why are they talking about girls? These three boys would never be talking about women. Ay, 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 ay. That shit was crazy. You could never get me to believe that conversation realistically in a million years. No, I think you want to reverse it. I think Pascal is definitely aromantic and possibly ace. But I think she was, at least at the time, definitely aromantic, because I do not think that she viewed Hubert in a romantic way. Did not understand why that was so shoehorned in. But okay, man, whatever. So, women, am I right? They're cool. You guys totally have interest in the girls in our party because you don't interact with any other women, so you don't have a choice. It has to be the girls in our party, right? Because there's no way you can be interested in any guys. And then Richard just couldn't have an opinion because they make it so obvious that Richard is attracted to Asbel that there's no way he could be interested in a woman. So he doesn't even get to be included in the conversation even though he's there. And I'm just like, this is the worst conversation to happen in the history of video games. Like, not only is it shoehorned in, but then you also can't even include one of the guys because you're just like, oh, well, you know, he's probably gonna get, like, married off to some random women, but you two are interested in the ladies in the party. And it's just like, okay, I don't know if we really needed to do this. You two don't interact with any other girls because the only other option for a girl in the party is Sophie, and she's, like, literally a child. Ay. I think I liked Grace's until I got to the F portion. The F portion was not enjoyable to me. I wish it had been better. Sounds like a mess. I mean, I'm abridging it horribly because it's been like a year now since I played it, but bad. F portion. So the game I'm talking about specifically, Tales of Graces, had an original version that released primarily for like the Wii. That Bamco later came out and said was actually meant to be like a prototype version, like almost like a beta test to see if people would even like games like Graces. And then they released the proper version for PS3 called Tales of Graces F, which is meant to be like final version or like, you know, basically like that. Where it was the same base game that had been really broken on the Wii, but revamped and remastered and made better for the PS3. And then it had an additional story that was added on afterwards, like additional like post-game content that was like the F portion. The reason why it was called F. With complete character roster, that's true. You also got like certain characters who hadn't been available fully as like permanent party members. So you got to have like full party situations. But I was like, it wasn't very fun to me. I didn't like Grace's IMO and F just killed it. That's fair. I think that's a valid take to have. I didn't mind it. I think that it was a bit of a frustrating story compared to other Tales games. I've just seen Tales games do the whole, like, responsibility of the son of a noble better than Grace's did. I don't know why they had to revisit this kind of theme. And they made Asbel's story so, like, awful. I don't know. I didn't really care for that. I think that was something that was, like, best done with Abyss. What was the name of the little girl in Grace's? Are you talking about Sophie? If I had $1 billion, I'd just commission Villanor Shipbard all day. I mean, sure. I've never played Burst, so I don't know how Eureful they actually are. But I mean, I'm inclined to believe you, I guess. It's hard for Asbel to live up to his father's legacy. Asbel went through so much fucking shit in that game. And he didn't deserve it. He's just a guy. Maybe I'm an Asbel apologist, but like, I don't get why they demonized him so much for just wanting to make his own choices and be his own independent person. Oh, Poisson. Yeah. But no, she's like also literally a child. She and Sophie are literally a children. She was cool. She was very cute. I liked her. But anyway, I definitely think that it was worth it for me to play Graces, but unfortunately I just didn't like it very much. I don't know where it would go on my tier list now. I would probably have to redo my Tales tier list. Maybe like a B or a C. Because I think the characters are good, but I just think that the story that they were put in was kind of ass. Fun to experience, but kind of ass. Let's be real. I think I would would give it B. Like, just due to the fact that I do like the characters, I think I would be willing to put it in B tier rather than C. But I think the story is C tier. The story is C for can't bring myself to be sympathetic towards the other characters in this story demonizing Asbel. Or F tier. I don't know if I'd give it F tier story. It definitely was not good. It was not my fave. I could have gone without that. Something went wrong. Where's Asbel to blame for this? But literally, that was the whole game. They spent so much of that main story blaming Asbel and like treating him like shit because he was a guy who made decisions at age 12. He's 12. Of course he wants to run off and be a soldier. He thinks that kind of thing is cool. He wants to be a knight. He's just a little guy. Why are we mad at the 12-year-old? I don't want to get mad about it again. If you're curious about how I feel about it, I do have a whole playthrough dedicated for Tales of Grace's F. I have a playlist for it, so you can watch me play through Tales of Grace's F and literally scream and cry at how mean everybody is to this child. Because it's fucked up. Why are they so mean to this fucking kid? But unfortunately, a lot of the rest of the game is very, like, forgettable to me. There's, like, a few bits and pieces I remember, but not nearly as memorable as other Tales games I've played. Can't believe he burned my crops and poisoned my wells. To be fair, they made a small 12-year-old fight his mutated elderly grandmother figure. Well, yes. That was in a different game, though. And that was also fucked up. Yes, I agree. Bonsoir. I don't speak French, so you're not in a good place. Also, it is in my chat rules. I prefer if people talk in English if they're going to talk in chat. But thank you for stopping in. Asbel's gonna overcompensate and never stop his kids from doing anything ever, and it's going to drive Sharia crazy. Sharia is gonna have to be the strict parent. She's just gonna be like, can you please use like a firmer hand with taking care of our children? And Asbel's gonna be like, nah. I'm too busy being a lord. How's your day going so far? My day was fine. Thank you for asking. Dad, I want to become a knight, a noble job with a stable income where I protect our beautiful country. No! How dare you! Yeah, and then they did the whole, like, familial piety thing where they made him take over anyway. So stupid. The Onicycle is just Tails. Well, it's because you guys are getting me to talk about Tails, so I can't escape the cycle of it. Also, one moment, gamers. I need to AFK really quick. Where's my Suno? There we go. Be right back. Hello, sorry about that. Half the cycle anyway, it's heads or tails. Man, too real. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Thank you for the second hydrate and the posture check. I took 2 big sips of water. My posture's fine though, because I literally just sat back down. My posture's good, thanks. Thank you. But yeah, I'm back, oh. Hello. What were we talking about before this? Oh, now I have to stretch? Okay. Ugh. Can never be too careful. Fair enough. My posture's fine! I can't change it! I'm sitting up straight! Everything's good! Asbel getting bullied? True. They hated him so bad. And then they never forgave him for freaking anything. Why did it take, like, 90% of the game before Sharia finally decided to forgive his ass? For something that he did when he was 12? Crazy amount of spite. That woman is going to hold grudges when it comes time to their marriage. She's going to be like, remember that time you didn't take out the trash when I asked you to? And he's going to be like, you mean that time 3 months ago? She's going to be like, yeah, I just think you should remember it. For reasons. And he's just like, yes, honey.
You didn't put the toilet seat up. Again. Jeez, Asbel, I thought you were more of a gentleman.
Didn't they at least teach you better manners than that at night school? As he's just like, you know I didn't finish going to the night academy, Sharia.
And she's just like, oh right, another thing you didn't commit to.
His birthday cake will have take out the trash written on it. His birthday cake will be shaped like a garbage bag. Nagging wife Yuno is awakening something. I think you might need to unpack that with a licensed professional. Holy resentment. Yeah, and I was just saying that she seems like the type who would hold grudges in the relationship, so it would keep coming out as resentment. But they would both stick together because they were childhood sweethearts and they don't really know any different. She loves him too much to properly let him go. He knows in his heart of hearts that he's not going to ever be good enough for her, but neither of them has the willpower to truly just part ways. Because they live in like a society where divorce probably doesn't really exist as a thing. They're like, this is just how our life needs to be and is. He can leave the toilet seat up when he's with Richard. If he leaves the toilet seat up when he's at Richard's place, Richard would just be like, oh. I guess that is a thing that can happen sometimes. So middle of the US. Oof. America's got it rough, huh? Richard falling in the toilet. Well, what I was going to say is Richard would be the type who would just be like, oh, he forgot again, and would just, like, get a wet wipe, clean it up, and then put the seat down to be polite. Because he strikes me as the guy who would put the seat up, do his business, and then put the seat back down himself. Like, that's normally how he does things, but if Asbel forgets to put it back down, he'd just be like, okay. That's fine, it just means that I have to wipe it extra, and then put it back down. Richard seems like the kind of man who would want to have the toilet seat down and also want the lid, like, on it at all times. Excuse me, he would command his staff to wipe? I don't think Richard's that kind of guy. Yeah, he's royalty and everything, but I feel like he'd still want to do a lot of things himself. I don't think he would want to call in a servant to deal with the toilet. I think he's mature enough and grounded enough, especially in post-game where he's no longer corrupted by the evil, scary seed. I think he would just be more mellow. So he'd just be like, I can do it, it's fine. And he would never even bring it up to Asbel, so Asbel would not even realize that he had accidentally, like, done something wrong. Or if he does realize that he forgot to do it, like, he shoots up because he's scared and he's used to Sharia, like, yelling at him. Or, well, not yelling, I don't think she'd yell at him. He's used to Sharia, like, nagging him, for leaving it up. And so, but when he goes to fix it, like, Richard's already coming out and is just like, oh, I already took care of it. And Asbel's like, you're not mad? And Richard's like, why would I be mad? You probably had other things on your mind, right? And Asbel's just sitting there, like, stunned that he's not being reprimanded for that. And then that thus means positive reinforcement. He will remember to do it now more willingly, because he knows that it's a minor thing and that he won't necessarily get in trouble if he forgets, but that it's better to remember. And it's a metaphor. You written that fic yet? No. No. I'm just spitballing BL on main. BL fanfic you're prototyping? Not really. There's only one toilet seat. Ew! You're so strong and brave, thank you. I'm glad that I'm in a safe space where I can talk about BL and instead of everyone being like, oh my god, shut up, Yuno. Instead I just get people being like, hell yeah. What do you think she is, a writer? I'm gonna be real, I actually haven't written a proper fanfic in a really long time. So I'm a little bit rusty, but I've been wanting to write again. I've been feeling the itch, for the past little while. I do want to get back into writing fanfic and other stuff too. But usually a good way for me to get back into writing is by writing fanfiction. I just haven't written any in quite a while. Hi, Yuno and Yuno-ites. I'm at work, so I listen. Yuno-ites would actually be Dabadachi, but, hello. Good luck at work. Gasp. Yeah, I know. I haven't written much lately. It's been hard. I haven't written, like, a proper, like, story in a while, I guess is more what I should say. I've written my journal post for the Patreon, and I've written, like, scripts for other people. But I haven't written, like, a proper, like, prose story, in quite some time. And I don't know. I feel like I'm getting rusty. But I do want to try and write more. And I also actually do want to, like, quote-unquote, publish it. So I might actually start posting my fanfic somewhere. I'm probably gonna have to make, like, a anonymous account where I can do that, though, because the one thing I don't want to do is post fanfic on main. I'm not posting shit on main! That's between me and the Lord! But if I want to start, like, getting more feedback on my writing again, I'm gonna have to start posting it places, so... I am thinking about making a burner account. Well, not like burner account, but a hidden account that's just for me and my bullshit. So it's not fully tied to me. Luckily, places like AO3 let you do that, so that's nice. Used up all the purple on the kimono, can't prose. That's not true. I can prose. It's just been a bit. Burner account starts with a B like Buno. True. But it's not going to be called Buno. Someone else already has the market on that. Some crazy creature on Twitter. Can't be me. Bluno. Yeah, because of the BL, that would be funny. But again, I don't want it to be tied to anything related to this. My fanfic is between me and the Lord. Hehehe, Guno? Guno? The Oni Lord, yes, yes. The Oni Lord. Indeed, indeed. You name the account Kaya Melon and throw her under the bus. No, I would never. Funny, but I would never do that to her. That's my friend. Also, I don't think anyone would believe me anyway. I think everyone would just be like... Nice try, Kaya. We know you don't read. How could you possibly write fanfic? And I'd be like, curses foiled again. You known Tay, it's some other gal. Yeah. The account would be named Yuno Hanaki and we'd never believe it's you. Really? You wouldn't believe it? Even if all of the fanfics definitely sound like things I would write? The fact that that is what gives it away? Obviously. I know her well enough. The real Yuno Hanaki. And I'm just like, guys, it's literally me. Look, all the fandoms that I've written for are things that I've told you I ship BL ships in before. You guys are just like, haha, very funny. Guys, literally, the self-insert character is named Yuno Hanaki. Haha, very funny. There's no way. Guys, it's literally me. This account's trying too hard to convince us that it's Yuno. I tell you like 80 million things that are definitely like real and true, obscure Yuno Hanaki facts, and you guys are just like, a likely story. You just watch your VODs. The universe would go with the funnier option. No one believes it's you, and Kaya comes back to stream with a very, very, very confusing audience. That would be pretty funny. You know, mentioning it on stream is just you going with the pen. Nice try, Yuno. You're just trying to defend that Damadachi. And I'm just like, it's me! I'm just trying to defend me! Dumb as hell. You've told us, so it could be any one of us. That's true. Anyone at any time could choose to pick up one of these pseudonyms that we've brought up as a suggestion. Self-insert Yuno, definitely Kaya. She made the character a giant nerd that keeps fumbling the guys. This is so fucked up. This is so sick and twisted. It's me, Smile. It's me, Smile. Guys, it's literally me. Silly. That's cool, fellow number one Hanaki fan. Stupid! You guys hate me so bad. Anyways. I haven't figured out my schedule for the rest of the week yet. I know I'm normally pretty on top of it, but since today was such a weird day, I didn't finish figuring it out, so... I guess we're kind of playing it by ear. Unless I just decide to work on it now. But I still don't know what to put on it. Let me help. Wednesday is an off day. You're so true. No stream on Wednesday. That's so true. Why does everyone just say Oni to his Oni wed, Oni thurs? Do you guys just want an Ozatsu week? We could do that. I'm not opposed, per se. I just think that might be a little silly and potentially boring, depending on people's view of just getting a bunch of Zatsus. I gotta go eat. Good night, Yuno and everyone. Eat well. Have a good rest. Hanaki, hello to you. Dang, we lost one, we gained one. We're not beating the one shared brain cell allegations. There's no Oni weds because she can't stop fumbling the Oni dates. Shut up! I say this with all the love in my heart. Fuck off. You hate me so bad. Zatsu on, Zatsu off. That's true. You're so right. Free-thinking Namadachi when presented with the question of when, all the days of the week prefixed with Oni. True. So-called free-thinkers. I'm just here cooking while watching your stream. I hope you're making something yummy. Either that or you try the new backyard baseball. Ugh, I wish I could. But it's so much money. Yeah, compared to the other games, which are all like $10 a pop, this new backyard baseball is $40. I wish I could justify that, but I can't. Well, I guess I could play the demo. Love a good tag finisher. You guys hate me is what you love. You love to hate me. Because you're weird and evil. Bleh. But yeah, like, I want to play it. I'm excited it came out, but it being $40, and I don't know if how much of it's, like, changed stuff. Like, I don't know what all is there, so I don't want to, like, spend the money in case it ends up not being fun. If only a dev would pop in and graciously hand a key for no real reason. If they had had applications for people that wanted to play the game, I probably would have applied to see if I could get a key. Oh, no, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to people in chat who were bullying me. Not you. It was not aimed at you. Yes, I would prefer you not burn your food. It's fine that you are cooking. Another game that just came out that I really want to play is Beast of Reincarnation, but that one is $60. I want to play it. It just released today, but it's $60. It's getting lukewarm reception so far. Yeah, to be fair, I did just open it up on Steam to look at it. And currently the reviews are mixed. But I mean, it's only been out for a day at this point, so I'm not gonna be too hard on it, at least for the moment. I'm trying to give it a little bit of grace, but yeah. Oni Thurs, all topics must come back to Hammer. Oni Sat, no chair stream. Oni Sun, the whole stream is max bright white screen thanks to the reflective glare. We have done Oni Sun before where I've had maximum brightness on. But Oni Sun is a special occasion, remember? Oni Sun can only come out in the most special of circumstances. It's super rare, like a shiny Pokemon. And this week is not special right now. It is just a week. There's a shinier Yuno? Yeah. That's me when I max the brightness on my model and I sparkle. That's the shiny Yuno. We could also argue that that will be what it's like when yellow finally appears. Because that's going to be a bright Yuno. That's a bright girl. Sparkle like a vampire from Twilight? No, I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that, though, is the thing. I don't know, I just dream. This is the sound I make when I'm not on stream. I just do some bullshit. Dang it, the solar eclipse is on next Wednesday. I'll be off that day. Physically impossible for me to stream on Wednesdays unless it's for like a very specific important occasion. That's not possible. She have to step into the sunlight for that. Why do I keep catching strays? What did I do? You are hurt me, why? Are you still planning on shiny hunting? Am I bringing up a Pokemon topic? You sure are. Shiny hunting is kind of vague. Although I will say, I started over playing, a Pokemon, fan game. And I did resets to get my starter shiny, and it only took, like, 16 resets before I got a shiny starter. So I started the game with a shiny Poplio. That's fun for me. I've been trying to hunt shinies, like, in the wild, so that I can try to have a team of all shinies, but my luck has not been nearly as good when it comes to finding Pokemon in the wild. I'm gonna have to probably try harder, or I'm gonna have to complete quests to get a shiny charm. Because there's a shiny charm that you can get fairly early in this particular fan game. So I might have to do some work to get that. So that I can have the odds, but my odds have been pretty bad. So it's just me and my now shiny Brion. And then 2 Pokemon that I had to put on my team for the sake of diversity because the first gym was grass types. So I needed to get a fire Pokemon. So, I'm struggling a little bit in terms of getting more shinies, but I am trying to shiny hunt. trying, okay? The odds have not been in my favor. And I've gone to, like, different areas, and I've tried to hunt in every single one, and it's not working out for me. But I just wanted to share that I was really lucky in terms of hunting my starter. That was pretty nice. I liked that. So yeah, that was that experience. Let's see. I do like shiny hunting, though. There's something kind of fun about just running around praying to RNGesus, listening to music, chilling. I mean, since I do it off stream right now, I also will, like, watch video essays, and, like, other videos in my backlog that have been queued up that I want to watch. So it's nice to just have, like, media on the side while I shiny hunt, but I have yet to really stream it. Well, at least I haven't really streamed it since I was shiny hunting in ZA, which I haven't done for a while either. But it might be fun to play an older Pokemon game, maybe, and do some shiny hunting that way. My favorite moment of finding a shiny was when I was a kid and I found a shiny and thought it was a glitch. I think every kid has that moment. They don't realize what it's supposed to be, and so they just are like, ah, my game is broken. Or they kill it because they think that, like, it'll give you more EXP or something because it's a different color. You don't really realize the weight of what it is. I've never, like, organically found a shiny in a Pokemon game, except for when I was first playing Pokemon Black, when Black and White came out. And then within the first, like, couple of hours that I was playing the game, I was running around in one of the early game routes, and I found a shiny Lillipup. And I was like, wow, what a good omen. By then, I knew what shinies were. And so I knew to, like, catch it and take care of it. So I had a shiny Lillipup. I was a little baby. Very cute. But that was the only time I ever found, like, a proper, like, organic shiny. I didn't really do shiny hunting until... Honestly, not until, like, ZA. Oh, wait, actually, no. I shiny hunted in Scarlet and Violet. I'm a liar. I think I tried to do a little bit in Sword and Shield, but I did not have very good luck, so was not successful. So the only time I started getting successful with my shiny hunting was Scarlet and Violet. And then I really locked in on doing it with ZA. So now part of me is like, it'd be kind of fun to try and do something like that with, like, older games, too. Something about that sounds fun. Killed that Zubat because the color was wrong and the batteries were dying. I thought the low power was corrupting the graphics. One shot, save, shut down. Oof. It really do be like that sometimes. ZA made shiny hunting way easier than Scarlet, and it was already easy. Yes, but I think I like ZA's method a bit more than I liked Scarlet's. Personally. I think I had more fun hunting in ZA than I did in Scarlet and Violet. Honestly, I didn't feel like Scarlet and Violet was a super fun game to play. Personally. I didn't really enjoy it in that regard. And I've already said this before too, but the story didn't get good until, like, post-game. So, I don't know. I'm biased, though, because I do really like ZA. You, me, rivals, yes? True. And you just keep saying no over and over. Let me check something. Champion wasn't memorable either. The champion fight was so lame-o. Okay. Well, we'll do this then. Remember when you had to storm a castle and ride an ancient legendary after beating the champion? Good times. Tears streaming down my face. Pretty sure that's Super Mario World. Ha ha ha. Very funny. Remember when Pokemon did a hard reboot and it was set in America and it made everyone mad because they had their favorites? Good times. Wah. What should I do for members this week? Think. Members. Thinking live? I know, a dangerous pastime. It's definitely scary to think whilst doing stuff, but still. Speaking of, the last members was cool. Yay! Glad you liked it. I had fun too. Want to watch something else or yap about something? We can make it be a yap session. I don't like doing too much of, like, the same thing in a row. Even though I did have fun with the watch-along. Distracts Oni and puts Dino Blade on the schedule. What the fuck is Dino Blade? I don't even know what that is. Me when I'm trapped into something and I don't even know what it is. Dino Blade. It's a video game, apparently. Intense action RPG set in a prehistoric world. Young Spinosaurus wielding a colossal greatsword. Confront rival dinosaurs, some armed with weapons of their own in a desperate fight to prevent a looming extinction. It's a fucking Souls-like. That's crazy. The name is self-explanatory. You say that! The Dark Souls of Dinosaurs games. Crazy. I mean, it literally is just Dark Souls. Like, I'm looking at the screenshots of it, and this is literally just Dark Souls layout. Dark Souls layout. That's crazy. It didn't come out all that long ago, though, so that's kind of fun. Neat. Bum, 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 bum. Remember the 5 Ds of thinking. Don't, do not. Delete the first 2 thoughts and pick the 3rd one and loop back 12 hours later and hate it. Man. Fields of Mystery has its 1.0, huh? Yeah, it does. Super exciting. Heard people were excited for that. So that's fun and cool. Bum, 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 bum. Apparently dude had been solo developing it for a while. Makes sense, makes sense. Oh. Can't play that. Did Namanachi need an inspiring speech full of wisdom to get through the week? Do it. You're welcome. Thanks, Shia. No, that wasn't Shia LaBeouf. I just said do it. He tells you to just do it. I think that's different. Whole different vibe entirely, if you ask me. If you ask me. Donut, only the brain cell sink is close. I knew those were going to be your words. You did not. You don't know me. You don't know whom I am. You don't know me. But we do. No, you don't. I don't believe you. But yeah, very inspiring. I'm an inspiring individual.
It seems fate led you here. What a meaningful connection.
Hello! Welcome in, welcome in! I know me, my Mizu all the time. I should hope so. It's good to stay hydrated. Judging by the energy here, Buno is in the lock-in phase right now. Kind of. It's just because I don't have my schedule done yet. And I'd like to have it finished so that I can post it in a timely fashion, but... I don't really have anything in mind right now, so I'm just kinda... not sure what to do. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm trying to think of what to fill my schedule with. Yap and more yap. I know. Everyone keeps suggesting that it just be a week of Zatsu. Which I can make it be a week of Zatsu, but you guys can't complain that you missed the gaming if we do that. Because that's what happened the last time I did a week of full Zatsu. Everybody was just like, but where'd the gaming? But where'd the games go? Oh yes, we can complain. No, I said you can't. You cannot. I missed the gaming. Shut up! I'm never giving you anything ever again! Just be sure to remember to complain first day in. Man standing. I hate this place! Well, just for that, we're not doing it this week. Maybe another week I'll do all Zatsu. This is how we get the cute, you know, wiggles revoked. If you want me to actually revoke the wiggles, I can just turn off my tracking so I literally won't move anymore. Do you want that? You just want me to sit frozen? I can do that. You do that right now, watch. I can make my soul leave my body whenever I want. Real Tamagotchi's pre-complain. Can't believe Yuno isn't gaming week 4 of August. That's fucked up. Frozen, yet she is breathing. Yeah. The model's still moving though? Oh, okay, sorry. I guess if you just want full PNG, hold on, I've got you. Gonna be sitting out here making all of your freaking demands. Because you are evil. You hate me.
It seems fate led you here. What a meaningful connection.
No wiggles, but pout face. This trade might be okay. You say that now. You say that now, of course, but you're going to regret it. You're gonna regret it. Where is she? Hold on, I don't actually remember where the image that I want is. Hold on. I'm still here. I'm just also in the void. These things happen sometimes. Sometimes a girl just is in the void. There we go. This one. And then... This is a lot of work for a singular bit, but it's worth it. Oh, here. Oh, wait. This one? Yeah, perfect. Okay, and then... Hi, gamers. Now it's a true podcast. It's just a static image. Is this what you wanted? A lot of work for a singular bit, but it's worth it. Send that to a drill driver manufacturer. That would be a really cool ad. Well, then I'd have to do a proper ad read in order for it to be better. Guys, I think she's hella lagging. Guys, I think my tracking died. It's over. So we always wished for, eternally pouting Buno. Oh, okay, so no more model then. So now you just want me to be powders forever. I don't know whether to smug into appear nonchalant or man for the loss of Wiggles, the duality of Tamagotchi. Pretty funny. No, but yes. No, but yes. Well, this is where we are now. Wasted all that money on Live 2D when all we wanted was PNG. Well, lucky for me, the money that I spent was money that you guys gave me for the model, so you decide you want PNG in the end, it's fine. It's your money. What frames do we usually get during gaming streams? That's mean! That's not even true! That's mean! You hate me so bad. Sure, some guy is thinking I like it when they stay still. Ugh. I don't like that, actually. Would I lie? Yes, but am I lying? I don't usually have problems these days. I haven't had problems with that in a long time. Unless you guys have just been hiding it from me. I always take notes on how to roast from Tamagotchi. Yeah, they're a real shining example. I feel like compared to the average VTuber chat, Tamagotchi are somehow more ruthless. You guys come out with the frickin' bat swinging. Or PC can run cozy games just fine. I can play other stuff too! It's just that it also is hard with my model. I can play other games. I can, I just choose not to. Okay, your tech hasn't been a problem. I was about to be actually concerned. This will be perfect as a Fugi. This particular image, I mean, I was using screenshots of my model as my Fugi for a bit, but now it's the chibis. You would know if you watched, Tomoe Carmine's little call-in that she did for her new outfit. But now it's my chibis. The comment about the frames on gaming streams was wrong. When we play VNs, we also get a few frames. Can always watch your VOD to double check. I have, which is why I know that it's been fine lately. Granted, I haven't been playing games that are that intensive, so it's not the best benchmark. But my frames have been fine. But even when I was playing like JRPGs and stuff, I didn't have too many problems, at least as far as I know. I guess I'd have to try and play a more modern game on stream and do like a stress test. Gaslight Gatekeep Dama Boss. I hate it here. Leo's are a final gentleman. Don't beat him too hard, he might break a hip. Don't listen to them, Leo. Don't listen to them. You're fine, you're middle-aged, you're not an old man. You're aging like a fine wine. It's okay. I love how she sounds so pouty while being locked to that face. This is just a sign that I can be pouty even without a pouty model. Fine, Milk. Don't listen to them, Leo. I'm covering your ears right now. Don't listen to them. You're doing fine. Game recognizes game, which is why we know he's old. He's middle-aged! Shut up! Be nice! This is my baby, who I've taken very good care of. He's been nothing but good to me. And he works just fine, thank you. The only thing that he's lacking in is that this PC can't get Windows 11. That's all that's wrong with him. Middle-aged is what people who are about to go through a crisis say when they don't want to be old. Yeah, is that what you guys say then? Is that what you guys say because you're all fucking old? Pee-pee poo-poo fart men. Bleh. He's been good to Budo, not a real Damadachi. Leo doesn't have to be a Damadachi! He just has to be a computer! My bowels are still in control, thank you. Have you checked lately? You don't know that. You don't know. You're not aware. You don't have the knowledge. You don't know. Are they running? Are your bowels running? Have you checked? Yuno cursing you. Yeah. I'm cursing you with the pee-pee and the poo-poo. Everybody is so mean to me. Me sitting with my beautiful round cake in the corner of the room. Everybody's so mean to me. As a bot, I take offense to that. Do you mean bot as in a robot or bot as in a bottom? Because if you're a bottom, then yeah, you should have control of your bowels. If you're a robot, you don't have bowels. Computers have 0 brain cells, clearly not a Damadachi. Well, Damadachi also don't have brain cells. You guys share a singular one. Thank you for elaborating. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for. Yes? Okay. Good to know. Mamadachi keeps that brain cell to herself. She does. She kind of needs it. No? I don't know what you're saying no to. I'm losing track of the conversation. Maybe I should go to bed early. Maybe the rocks in my brain are telling me to go to bed early. Yes, no, maybe so. So true. You sound like you could use some rest. Maybe because you guys are stressing me out to the point of exhaustion. Just kidding. I'm actually fine. I'm just teasing. Can you repeat the question? I'll remember.
Cute. Do better.
Daniel Smith, thank you for the $10 tip. Not the smiley. Evil. That's an evil and cursed tip. Thank you though. But that's an evil and cursed tip. Thank you though. Go to bed early equals end stream and stay up for another 5 hours. I mean, yeah. That is usually what ends up happening to me. That's usually because I have other business I have to take care of before I can fully go to bed, and then I get distracted. Because I get locked into business, and then I am occupied.
Cute. Do better.
Maymay12300, thank you for the $10 tip and the frowny face. Not as cursed as Daniel Smith's tip, because the reason his is cursed is because he doesn't usually use smileys. Whenever he uses smileys, I feel uncomfortable. I feel like there's a storm coming. I feel like there's something scary on the horizon. It's ominous. I don't trust that smile. Thank you for the stretch. I am stretching. I got Yuno to triple loop in 5 seconds processing the SE. Not really. I have a tendency to repeat my thanks. And my messages at the same time. I still haven't finished my schedule. Like, I kind of have. It's basically somewhat similar to last week. Although the sad thing is I can't continue Desktop Explorer because... Well, I guess I could. But after that issue where it, like, took the stream down because of the music content ID, I got really annoyed, and I don't want that to happen again. So, probably not going to stream it anymore. Which is kind of a shame, because I was interested in finding out the story and, like, what was going on with everything, but... I guess that will have to be an off-stream game. No option to mute copyright material. Well, I can't really mute it while I'm live unless I just mute the game audio, and then it just becomes me yapping. And we don't get any of the game audio, which means you guys don't hear any of the horror stings or anything like that. It's not going to be as fun and immersive for you guys if you can't hear the sounds. But yeah, the problem is that the music got ID'd. Yeah, it's specifically the game BGM. If it wasn't the game BGM, it wouldn't be as much of a problem. But like, it was one particular track, I guess, that caused the full ID to like take the stream down. And then after I ended the stream too, I got flagged for like every song that was in the game. Well, not flagged, but I got ID'd. So I was just like, I guess if it wasn't going to be that instance, there's a chance it would happen again with one of the other songs in the game. I didn't check if it was the proper rights holder that was issuing the ID. Because sometimes content ID can happen with, like, false claims as well, but... It was just kind of frustrating that that happened. Punish them for their insolence. No, it's not their fault. I think it might have been, music that they licensed to use for their game, but then it got content ID'd on YouTube to, like, the original rights holder of the music. That often happens with, like, copyright-free music, quote-unquote. Like, it's usable for people who purchase it for use within their games and stuff, but then it still gets content ID'd to hell and back on YouTube by, like, XYZ person. A lot of the games that I've played have been like that lately. I'll just get an email from YouTube that's like, this video can't be monetized because it got, like, 18 content ID claims because of all of the music that was used in the game. And I'm just like, which is fine because they're not monetized anyway, but it's rough out here. That's the fun part. It doesn't matter if the claimant is the real one. You're too small to survive the strikes while the appeal points out the obvious problem. Great system, YouTube. YouTube is so fun. YouTube is so cool. But yeah, I part of me is kind of wondering if maybe the fact that I play so many games that get content ID'd like this. Maybe that's why YouTube doesn't want to take the risk with monetizing me, because so many of my streams would get low-key bonked because of the music that's in them. But I don't know. I wouldn't know how to fix that problem. Imagine making a living off of false content ID claims. I mean, yeah. There are probably plenty of people that do it. They monetize VODs that are not theirs. And then they soak all of the ad money from that. Because that's what happens when things get content ID'd. You're allowed to keep your video up, but all of the ad revenue, or most of the ad revenue, will go to the person that claimed it. So they take all of the money that you make off of that VOD. Which is honestly not that much. If you look at the transparent numbers for people that are YouTube live streamers, they don't make that much money off of their VODs. So, like, thanks. You're taking, like, $2. Maybe, over the course of a lifespan of a VOD before it stops getting views. But they're just like, but I need that $2. My song played in your stream for 30 seconds. I need that. And I'm just like, okay, bro, whatever you say, man.
Good evening. Hello. Oh, Hanaki.
The pennies add up? I guess so. Think about the corpos. I don't even know if it's corporations. Sometimes it seems like it might be corporations. Sometimes it seems like it might not be. Who's to say? Step 1, tell YouTube I'm the rights holder to some mega common BGM. Step 2, if it slips through. Step 3, $2 a stream, but I'm claiming thousands of streams. Step 4, cash out and run. Real. AdSense lets you cash out once you make a minimum of $100. So you could just let that stockpile whenever, and then just take a bunch of money all the time. Fun, right? So cool. Whoa, she lives. I do. It was a funny bit. I'll save the image for whenever I want to continue the bit. But I wanted to put my model on for a little bit at least. Take it and run before YouTube can reverse it. I mean, YouTube isn't really helpful in these situations. I haven't read too much about all of the fake content ID claims that go in sometimes, but YouTube will usually side with the rights holder, even if they aren't necessarily the actual rights holder.
Hello, Hanaki. Happy Monday to you too.
But yeah, I would have continued Desktop Explorer, but because of the issue with the music, I won't be. I do want to continue with High Times. I think at the moment, it's good to leave it for Thursday. I don't know what to do for members, and I don't know what to do for Sunday's stream. Like, I don't know if I should do another game, or if I should do something else, but I don't really know what the something else would be yet. I don't know. Why do you want to continue with High Times? Because I like making donuts. It's fun. Plenty of time to get donuts beforehand. I'm glad that this game is making all of us rekindle our love for donuts. I literally got donuts with Hitomi this morning. Donut. I actually still have one more donut I can eat. I got 2 donuts this morning. I had one with breakfast. And I saved the other one for a snack. I bought a Boston cream on my way into work this morning. Yummy! I almost almost got Boston creams, but I decided I wanted the vanilla donuts instead. Donuts and relationship drama, a very balanced breakfast. Look, it's so fun. It's so compelling. It's like a really fun game. I'm like super invested in it. It's like a really refreshing take on a dating sim too. Not just because of the like donut making aspect, but I just think it's really interesting to have all of these like previously established relationships that have now broken up and then trying to reconcile with them. And whether that leads to dating or just being friends or whatever, it's very fascinating to see those sorts of dynamics play out. It's fun, I like it. The overall idea is just something that I think is really interesting. I'm also just very obsessed with the writing. I think that the writing in the game is really good. It really resonates with me because they're talking about a lot of stuff that I like. Whether it be like fandom culture, stuff about like being a streamer or a content creator, stuff about like just different values and priorities and relationships. It's just like a lot of the things that the game chooses to like highlight and focus on are all things that I really like and am passionate about. So it just really speaks to me. And I understand a lot of the things that are being talked about within it, which is just really nice. Being fully voiced helps. That's also true because it means I don't have to sit here and do all the voices. Not that I don't like doing all the voices for games that are not voiced, but it's nice to be able to sit back and like watch everything happen and then get to have my input as the MC only. It's kind of fun that way. The world also feels alive, more non-dates than dates. It feels like a little hole in the wall with enough regulars to keep it running, but not enough to start forgetting names. Yeah! Even though we haven't met everybody yet, I feel like I know everybody by name right now, and it's really fun to see all of the, like, characters slowly start to show up more regularly in the shop and, like, start getting more familiar with us as, like, the main shop tender, the mood confectioner. And all of that. Like, it's just, I really think the writing in this game is so solid. It's really clever. All of the characters feel unique and separate from one another, but you can also see them interact with each other occasionally and, like, chat with one another, which I think is kind of fun. I just think it's neat. I just think they're neat. Are we talking about the game with Harry? Yes. Yes, we are. Even Vanilla Boy? I love Vanilla Boy! I think it's funny that he's so, like, bland and basic, because I feel like that's their way of, like, implying that there's gonna be more to him. You can't take the fact that he's branded as this, like, super vanilla NPC-esque type guy. There's gotta be something deeper to him, and we just don't know it yet. And I'm very intrigued by him. Especially because of the fact that he's one of the other datables, but he's not marketed as, like, part of the main datables because he's not technically your ex. It's very fascinating to see how the game kind of prioritizes the exes, but then, like, you do have your best friend character. And I imagine there's going to be some sort of, like, taboo with it because it seems like he already has a partner. If you try to pursue him, does that mean you're going to try and steal him away from his current partner? Or is he... like, I'm curious what that's gonna look like. Once you get past the vanilla, more vanilla. I don't know. I feel like the vanilla is definitely a veneer for something deeper that's going on the inside. You could argue that he's vanilla all the way down, but I don't think so. Twice, in fact, since you bottled the college admin the first time, not letting you forget. Stop! Stop! Steal both partners from each other? That would certainly be an interesting option. I know they had a social media post in the game, where Connor, Vanilla Boy, references his partner, and then you like chime in, like, get a room, and then his partner is just like, you can join us whenever you want. Which is kind of cute and funny, but that could also just be typical banter between friends. But anyways. overall, the point is, I think the game is really fun. I think the writing is really engaging. These characters feel like people. I think the voice acting also does a really good job of that, where, like, it sounds like the direction was to make them sound like, casual, like they're actually just speaking to a friend or somebody that they know. Because I don't feel like it's typical, like, anime acting. Even if some of them are using voices for their characters, or, like, talking in accents, I don't feel like they were instructed to sound like anime characters. I feel like they were just told to talk very naturally. I, of course, don't know. I haven't read any of the behind the scenes. I don't know the lore. I don't know the tea. But it just feels to me like it's just very natural sounding dialogue, which I think really brings the fact that they feel more like people to life for me. I just really like it. They sound like young people? Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of the characters are like 20-somethings. Early 20s, mid-20s, maybe late 20s, but I'm pretty sure everybody's in their 20s. So they just feel like you're listening to a bunch of 20-somethings shooting the shit, getting their mood enhancers from their donuts. I like it. Whole game is drawn in Western animation style. Wasn't expecting much anime. Yeah, but a lot of the people that are voice acting in it are people that do, like, anime dubs and, like, mostly animation VA. Also, you can tell that the people who made it are weebs because they make a lot of references to, like, anime and JRPGs and other things like that in the game itself. So they could have very easily instructed them to sound more like anime characters. You can't argue purely by art style that it's going to be more or less anime. A weeb in this day and age? It's more likely than you think. But my point is, I like the game a lot. It's not just because I'm super interested in Harry. I'm actually interested in all of them as characters legitimately. The only problem with High Times as it stands right now is because the game is so robust and a lot of the story elements are kind of randomized for, like, who you actually progress the story with each day. We're probably going to be playing for a very long time, especially if we decide to see everybody's, like, story routes and, like, date everybody. Also, if we choose to, like, friend everybody, if there's any characters we end up becoming enemies with. I don't know if that would happen. I think I'm too nice, but we'll find out. I'm just kind of going off of vibes. Because, somebody came into stream the last time I played High Times, and they mentioned that they beat the main story around, like, day 200-something. And we're on day, like, 20-something. We're fucked. We're gonna be here a while. Guys, we're cooked. What? Yeah. The fuck is this story? It's long. And it's because so much of the, like, character stuff is randomized because we have to kind of pick and choose the appearance rates. At the very end of the last time I played, we unlocked the ability to decorate the shop, and you can use certain items to trigger certain character events more often. So we can kind of control how often certain characters appear, but it's still going to end up being random. And certain characters are still going to appear at a certain rate. But that means it's going to take a really long time to start completing the stories. That's still like 10 or so streams. I don't know, man. I think that could still end up being a lot of streams in general. I can get through like 10 or so days in a stream. Because that is usually about 4 hours or so. Unless I make my streams even longer to get through more. We're still gonna be in it for a bit. Depends on how often Yuno resets because she messed up a donut. The key is that I just can't mess up donuts anymore. The key is that I need to get good. But no, I really like the game, and I'm so curious what it's like to go down the other characters' like paths and see what's going on with them. I wonder if you can date all of them. I honestly don't know. Actually, no, I shouldn't say anything. I kind of have a guess maybe, but I don't know if it's right. I shouldn't make an assumption that I'm right, though. Guys, does she like the game? I don't know. Is the fact that I've been ordering donuts a lot lately a sign? Also, it's really bad because when I was picking out the donuts, I got vanilla donuts with rainbow sprinkles, and I was just like, ah, yes, a rainbow high. And then I paused and was like, it's not even called that on the menu! Your brain rotted! You have a disease, you know, Hanaki. It's terminal! You're gonna die! Your brain is turning into a donut! It's never been more over for me. So I might like the game a little bit. I pity the bakers serving you. Luckily I didn't order them in person. I was ordering on an app. But I saw the vanilla with sprinkles and I was just like, oh yeah, rainbow high. And then in my head I was like, it's not even called that. It's not even called that. Normal people don't call it that. Don't fucking call it that. Imagine if you said that to the baker. I would have had to end it all, I think. Especially because the particular donut shop that I was ordering from is kind of close to the box. I think I just would never be able to go there again. She's gonna be going into Dunkin' spilling her life story. No. No, it's never been more over. Gordon Ramsay, you donut, you know. I know! That's literally me. Guys, I'm cooked. Guys, it's over. I'm obsessed with the funny donut game. It's so fun. It's honestly hard to wait to play it once a week, but I don't want to play it multiple times. We'll get sick of it. Cooked, deep fried, more like true, much like a donut. What are you? You know, a rainbow high. Actually, I'm probably whatever the purple flavor is. I know there is a flavor in the game that is Orpal. I just don't remember what it... I think it was ube, but I don't remember what the emotion for it is. So I'd be a ube high. Purple high. Yeah, it's ube, it's oob. Shouldn't you say you're baked rather than cooked? Wait, that means something else. Well, filling all the empty spots this week with high times. My schedule's just high times until I beat it. I won't do that. I won't do that. You guys would actually hate me, I think. No, but seriously, what should we do on Sunday? Thoughts? They have to have a purple rain somewhere. That seems like it should be a name for a donut. High times will continue until morale improves. High times will continue until I receive enough freaking dopamine. Oni-san, no! This week is not special enough for an Oni-san. We could clobber Yuno again in Super Battle Golf. That would be something for members. I'm scared to play that kind of game in public. I feel like I'd fucking die. I do want to play Super Battle Golf again with you guys, especially because they had that new update recently, but I don't think we'll do it this week. Maybe next week. I currently have members listed down as a Yap stream. You explicitly do not do thoughts on Sunday. It's true. Head empty. If I had the game, you would be on the floor a lot. Thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks. Donuts. Just a chatting stream where you happen to be eating donuts. Eating donuts because I miss high times. When I heard the word baker, I was thinking you guys were talking about Resident Evil. You are in the wrong fucking channel for that, my guy. The one time I played a Resident Evil game, I hated my life. That's never happening here. You want to talk about Resident Evil with someone, you can find like literally any other VTuber. Not me, never me. Members group donut eating would be fun. It could be. Would you guys want to eat donuts in the middle of the night? You have a preferred kind of donut? I have answered this question like 3 times just by playing High Times. But yes, I like maple donuts.
I like maple donuts, maple glaze.
I like both yeast and cake donuts, but I think I would prefer cake donuts if I had to choose between the two. But I also like chocolate donuts. I like I've gotten more into jelly donuts. I like donuts with like custard or cream in the middle. I like other kinds of donuts, but mostly like chocolate flavors. Donut whimsy now, but the drama could explode, impacting our donut enjoyment. I don't think it would ever impact my donut enjoyment. You spend so much time making donuts in the game that I think it would be difficult to no longer like donut. I'm not sure I know the difference between yeast and cake. Yeast donuts are more like kind of tangy tasting and are like lighter and fluffier. A cake donut is like thick. Think of like an Enderman's donut. Those are usually cake donuts. And then donuts you would get at like a normal like donut shop tend to be yeast donuts. Unless they specialize in cake donuts. But the yeast donuts are like the ones that have kind of the more yellowish inside and are kind of like fluffier. And then the cake donuts are like thicker, denser. Yeah. I'm pretty sure all of the donuts we make in High Times are yeast donuts. Them bitches don't look like cake donuts. Bread versus cake, kind of. They're still like donut style though. Do you have a name for them? The ones that are like twisted like a rope? I don't know if I have a specific name for those. I just know them as donut twists. I know what you're talking about. I've never called them a twisty. But yeah, I like maple primarily. Maple's my fave.
Cute. Do better.
Conrad, thank you for the $20 tip. Tales of Onimonia, F Complete Edition Director's Cut Remastered. True. They finally got remastered. Twister Crueler. Oh, Crueler! True. I guess Crueler would be the right word. Although I feel like Cruelers are more circular. They're like twists, but in a circle. But yeah, I think I just know them as twists. Or like braids, maybe. But... I don't know. Mostly just called twists. Okay, well, since I had members as a yap anyway, we'll just do yap with donuts. And then Sunday... What we do Sunday? I don't know. I'll think about it a little bit more, I guess. Yuno has the same effect as the donuts in the game. Yuno the mood enhancer. Okay, but what mood do I enhance? Am I a cheer donut? Am I a focus donut? Am I a sincerity donut? Am I a nostalgia donut? The bully mood. Chaos. She's just making things up. No, those are literally the emotions. Those are the enhancers. Happiness? So I'm a cheer donut. So I'm vanilla. I can't believe this. You're calling me a vanilla girl? On main? How dare. I say this as if I didn't literally get vanilla donuts this morning. Me acting offended when I literally ordered the vanilla. Urge to troll cute girls, so white, blue. So a bit of cheer and sincerity. Fascinating. That means you have some hidden personality, right? Yeah. Deep down. Huh, nostalgic? I guess it's a similar kind of feeling, like talking with an old friend or something. Yeah, so if I was nostalgic, I would be a strawberry donut. Based off of the flavors in the game that we're talking about. Cheer is vanilla. Focus is chocolate. Strawberry is nostalgia. Blue is sincerity. And then I think I unlocked another flavor recently, which I believe was matcha for relaxation. Yeah. And then there's other flavors too, but I haven't unlocked them. So I don't know what they are or what they do. I don't remember. They were all available during the demo, but I forget what they were. Maybe I will memorize them as I play more of the game. Nothing says relaxation like caffeine. I'm pretty sure it's non-caffeinated matcha. Like, it's just there for flavoring. Hacks offended over the truth she knows to be true. That's just a literal day ending in Y for Yuno Hanaki. Let's be so for real. Unfortunately, very real, very true. Okay, so members get donuts on Friday with me. Okay, okay. I won't stream Saturday, and then Sunday... Sunday... Oh, wait. I have to see... Hold on. Let me check something. I don't know if she's still around, so I have to double check something real quick, but I'm asking a question to Hitomi. Tea is caffeine, but relaxing, all about the mix and the dose. Yeah, I imagine for the sake of the matcha donut, it's probably like really low caffeine, if any. It might just be there for flavor. Double and triple check, double and triple and quadruple and quintuple and sextuple and septuplet and... Yeah, you're right. Or is that just me? Am I the only one that checks things over 80,000 million times? She said set. I did.
Yep.
I did.
Your soul will do.
You're so right, I did. Gausp! Thank you for the 11-month resub. Been lurking for a bit, but thought I'd say hi. Thanks for the streams. Thank you for hanging out and enjoying the lurking. She said tuple. Yes, and then you still have a silly mistake. Don't remind me. Haha, pull. When's the Laugh Equals Batu stream? Probably not this week. Potentially next week. I have to reshare the forum and make sure that everyone gets a chance to get their submissions in. I forgot to reshare it before. Oops. So I have to reshare it again, and then, probably next week? I could probably slot it in for next week. I don't really got much else going on, per se. I don't think I want to do it this week. But maybe next week. Maybe next week. And then as for the day, it would be, probably Saturday, because I feel like that'd be a day more people could make. And then instead of having my day off be Saturday, I would just have my day off be Sunday. Like I do a little swappy. Is what I'm thinking right now, at least. That sounds good. Okay. Works for me, then. Okay. Okay, sick. Works for me. Next Saturday? Yeah, probably next Saturday. And then, like I said, I gotta share the forum again. Swap days off, and then you start thinking the days are not what they actually are. Nah, it's fine. I am a homebody who literally barely knows what days of the week are to begin with. It doesn't usually mess me up too badly to switch my days off. I'm fine. But thank you for the concern. Day and night is a blur, and yeah, now that is definitely a problem I have. My sleep schedule is shit, so I end up being very confused in terms of, like, time of day. It especially is bad in winter when it gets dark really early. I feel like I'm just in nighttime 5 ever. Okay. Schedule. Decided. Now I have to get the art that I'm gonna use for the schedule this week. Sleep schedule. Hey. Be nice to me. What'd I ever do to you? Why you gotta come for me like this? What I ever do to you? Even if you're right, what I ever do to you? It's just so mean. Sleep suggestion. Stop. I try my best, okay? The punches just keep on rolling here on the Yuno Hanaki channel from both ends. I'm getting punched in the front and in the back. Everybody's so mean. Let's see. Artwork I can use on stream. Artwork I can use on stream. Not on stream. Artwork I can use for schedule. Uno on the ground, Twitch and YouTube chat both surrounding and kicking her. Yeah, and then it's like that JoJo gif, I think it's JoJo, where like the two people are beating up the guy on the ground and then there's someone else just like sipping tea nearby and acting uninvolved. The person that's like sitting nearby and acting uninvolved is my VTuber friends, and then they finish drinking the tea and then they come and beat me up too. That's the experience of being Yuno Hanaki. If you must know. Accurate TBH. No, this is where you say no, that can't possibly be true. As I'm just like, World hate me so bad. World hate me so bad, want me die. Your VTuber friends bully you too. Have you seen Kaya? But why is she Orpal? Chat, why is she Orpal? I've used this art for a schedule before, but I kind of want to use it again because it's so dang cute. Nah, maybe not. Oh, I guess I never used this one. We could use this one, maybe. I don't know, she used to be green. Yeah, and she's not green anymore, so why is she Orpal? Chat, why is she Orpal? Yeah, what happened? Why is she Orpal? I kept making jokes about that after I first re-debuted too. I was like, hey, why is she Orpal? Guys, I thought it was a bit. Why is she still Orpal? So weird. Makes sense, girl. Damadachi, you have to bully someone. Man. I hate it here so bad. Why link, not copy? Oh, because I accidentally pasted over the link. Why am I so bad at using the computer all of a sudden? Am I broken? I really am tired, dude. What the helly? Okay, and then credit. Bruises, too many kicks. She might be Urpal because she's not getting enough oxygen. So I'm being beat up and I'm being asphyxiated. Why are you guys all resorting to violence? Kawaii. What's going on? Refer to Kawaii Green any second now. I did actually take 1.0 out for a little bit the other day. I just kind of missed her. I was thinking about her, so I took the model out and I just kind of stared at her, and then I was like, it was nice to see you. And then I put her back to jail and brought Orpal out. But I just looked at her for a bit. I was just like, her. I recall. Take her out like taking a sniper shot. No! I took her out like I took her out of the closet! Then she put her away like Andy. I don't want to play with you anymore. Putting her back in the bin. Free 1.0, free the real purple girl. She's not the real purple girl. Because the minute she comes back out, everybody's just like, she's green, she's always been green, she's never been purple. Green heart, green heart, green heart. Fucking wish she was in the closet. Crazy. Crazy thing to say. Crazy statement. Imagine shoving yourself back in the closet, not our Oni. Yeah, I don't want to go back in there, personally. I'm good. I'm hanging out in there. But green? Yeah, broken green heart. Sorry, girl. No green in this vicinity. Not at this point in time. No green. Not green, can't be green. Okay, cool. We will go with this schedule. Yes. I will export. Purple hearts from all the shots she's taking. You guys keep hurting me, that's why. Okay, that's good. I have the schedule ready. You guys can get a little sneaky peeky, because I worked on it during stream. Obviously, today is OniMon. OniMon's already done, because I'm probably going to end after this. Tuesday, I'm going to be playing a game called Rita, which is like a 3D platform adventure, but you're also solving puzzles that are crosswords. So, I'm going to be running around as a little bird, like a little chick, and I'm going to be solving crossword puzzles. No, not Rita Mordio, sadly. The game itself is just called Rita. But it looks like a cute game. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Thursday will be High Times. As we've discussed, I want to keep playing it, so we're going to do that. On Friday, members only will be yapping. Bring donuts. We will have some donuts and yap together. Will be a fun time. Little donut party with members. No stream on Saturday, but Sunday. The thing I was having a hard time figuring out. Power Wash Simulator 2. We'll be doing the new levels and stuff with Hitomi. That will be a little bit later than the normal time. I'll be starting at 3 instead of 2. Because Hitomi gets out of work at like a specific time and won't get back until later. So I'll be starting at 3. But we probably won't properly begin the power washing until a bit later also. Literally playing Power Wash Simulator 2 right now. I've been meaning to play the new levels that have come out. I just haven't been able to. Been too busy. But I want to go through them with Hitomi, and I asked her if she was down, and she said yes, but doing it on Sunday means having to do it later. So, we will do it a little bit later. And try and get through some levels and stuff together. Do some washing and chatting. I think that will be nice. But that's the plan for Sunday. So that's the rest of the week. I will be posting this after stream is over. And then... it's a good late night chill game too. Oh, true. I guess we could also play it in the evening. I guess we'll see. I confirmed with Hitomi that we're doing it in the afternoon still, but maybe if it would be easier, we could wait until after dinner. But I don't know. She's not super good at staying up, so I think we'd still end up playing for only like 2 hours either way. Are you doing Caldera Chronicles of the Star Wars DLC? I don't know. Gotta look into it. We've already done the Adventure Time DLC, and I think we finished the first Caldera Chronicles level. So it would probably either be the Caldera Chronicles or the Star Wars DLC. Because I imagine we could probably only finish one within a stream. Caldera would probably be easier because it's the free one. So that's probably going to be what we do, but... Yee. Okay. But yeah, I will post the schedule a little later. The Star Wars DLC has some mega levels. True. That would probably have to be a whole separate stream then. Like a separate stream where we have more time. Which means definitely not, Sunday. Where it would be a bit of a tighter schedule. That's okay, though. But yeah, we'll do that then. I don't think I have anything else to share at this juncture. Okay. I need to buy donuts. You have time! You have until Friday to get your donuts. And they can be any kind of donut. You can either get fancy donut, or you could get, like, store donut, or you could get, like, whatever. Basic donut. Do what you gotta do as long as you have donut. I'll get my hands on more donuts by then, too. Because at the moment, I've only got the one donut that I'm gonna eat after stream as my snack. Sir, that's a bagel. Yeah, if you bring a bagel, you're banned. Sorry. It has to be a donut. Donut-only zone. There's millions of kinds of donuts out there. Surely there will be a kind of donut that you can eat. What's the difference? Stop. The word donut has lost all meaning to me. Donut, 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 donut. Hostess powdered sugar minis. I'm a basic female dog. Hey, that's fine. The powdered sugar minis are yummy. Is the hole required? What about jelly-filled donuts? As long as it's a donut, it's fine. It can't be a bagel. It doesn't need to have a hole. You can have, like, a straight-up donut. You could have a jelly-filled donut. What does a cronut count as? A donut. It's donut enough that I would allow it. It just can't be a fucking bagel. I say that as if I hate bagels. I actually love bagels, but they're not the same as donuts. If you cut a donut or a bagel in half, are there 1 or 2 holes? It depends on how you're cutting them in half. If you're cutting them into, like, the separate halves as if you were going to put a spread or make them into a bagel sandwich, then those are 2 separate halves of a bagel with 2 different holes. If you're cutting the bagel itself, like, in half, like you're doing a cross-section, then you have a half of a hole. And even then, I don't even know if I would really call it a hole. It's more of, like, a crescent. What if I am the donut? Then get on the plate. You're gonna get snacked on during members. What if the bagel has sprinkles? Still a bagel. Is a Jehangiri a donut? I don't know what the hell that is. I'm gonna look it up. But I'll give you an answer once I look at it. Apparently, I'm not finding the right thing. Because I was getting results of people. MRT? Okay, I'll look that up instead. Indian sweet made by deep frying a batter prepared with black gram flour in a circular flour-like shape and then soaking it in sugar syrup. This looks closer to a funnel cake to me. But it is listed on Wikipedia as a donut variety, so I will allow it as a donut. But you're on thin ice. You're on thin ice. I was initially going to say no. But Wikipedia does consider it a donut-adjacent item. I'll allow it for now. It looks like it would be too thin to be what I consider a donut, but I'll allow it. Problem officer. Oblum probusser. Please don't take my badge. You're fine. I'll allow it. You can have that. What if the jelly-filled donut is an onigiri? That doesn't count, unfortunately. The jelly isn't real jelly anyway. There's a 24-hour self-serve donut joint just around the corner, and the last time I went, they were just putting out fresh donuts. Maybe we'll be lucky again. You should go get your donut.
Get a donut. It sounds so yummy. Get a donut.
Brock lied to us. Yeah, he was forced to lie to you because the 4Kids overlords were like, people aren't going to understand the appeal of rice balls. We have to make it something relatable to American children. Now these are donuts. Do donut holes count? Yes, but donut holes aren't going to heaven. They do count, but they're not going to heaven. Hashtag not an ad. It can't be an ad. I don't know the name of the store. I'm just spreading donut propaganda. She's trying to fatten up the Damadachi ahead of slaughter. Why would I slaughter you guys? You're already dead. You're floating souls. You technically already died. You're just immortal souls that float around beside me. Brought to you by the Donut Lobby. True. I am pro-donut. Pro-nut, if you will. I'm dead. No one ever told me. I didn't think you needed to know. I just figured you were so happy floating around and just accepting your new existence that it just would make it easier if I never bothered to clarify that part. There's death and super death? No, there's no death too. There's only one death. At least bodily, physically speaking. Limbo's not so bad. I've been saying! Hanging out in limbo's not so bad at all, now is it? I need to go to bed. The stream's over. We look like we'd make yummy ghost Dongo. We can't be Dongo. Dongo has been monopolized by my unit mate. Don't make us boop the nose. I need to go to bed. How could you not tell me? It's fine. Not everyone needs to be made aware. Sometimes it's better to just skip the whole crises about being dead thing and then you're good. It's all fine. Anyways. For real this time, I should probably get ready for bed and try to be good about going to bed remotely on time, hopefully. Maybe pray for me. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for Rita, hopefully. Thank you for hanging out. Was a good stream as always. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for choosing to spend time with me. I hope that you have a good rest of your time zone. And until I see you again, Yunotsu.